Yo guys, welcome back to another video on Farmers Footy. Today I'm going to be predicting the bracket based on now that the group stage of the Club World Cup has ended. We're going to take a look at the matchups and we're going to be predicting who's going to win, who the finalists are going to be. Gonna give you a little bit of a rundown of each of the matchups. But yeah, quite excited about this one since I don't think the bracket ended up how I had predicted in my first video. Let's zoom out a bit, get a better view. But yeah, let's start it off right away. We have the Brazilian matchup here with Palmeiras and Botafogo. So between these, it's tough to say which one I was more impressed by. I think Palmeiras did really well. They're very defensively solid. So are Botafogo, to be fair, but it's going to be a tough one to call. It's going to be something we've probably seen in the Brazilian league before. I'm going to give the edge to Botafogo just because I think they did better against stronger opponents than Palmeiras had. So I'm going to give the edge to Botafogo there. They beat, PSG. They did decent against Atleti for the most part. I know they ended up losing in the end, but I think they had the stronger opponents. Palmeiras, they ended up drawing to Inter Miami. They scraped that draw at the end, and I think they only won against Porto and the other team. And I don't know. I think the strength of Botafogo's opponents was higher, so I'm gonna go for them. Benfica versus Chelsea. So this is an interesting one. Chelsea would obviously be the favorites, but I think from what I've seen of Benfica, they look very good. They did beat Bayern, my team, of course, and I don't know, their defensive resolve was very good in all of their games. I don't know. Chelsea does obviously have the quality. They have much better players, but I don't know, something about this matchup. Just I want to pick Chelsea, but something's just telling me that Benfica might have enough. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm picking Benfica just to be edgy and different, but I actually can't decide. Let's come back to this one. Let's come back to this one. Next, we have Inter versus Fluminense. I think this one I'm gonna back Inter, even though they haven't had the most convincing tournament, and I could see them going out here, but I'm gonna give them a benefit of the doubt. I think maybe they'll come into it. Plus, they have a lot of talented players, and I think that'll be enough to get them through this round. But yeah, not the most convincing tournament from Inter so far, but I do think they have enough to beat Fluminense. We have Man City versus Al Hilal. So Al Hilal have actually had a decent showing at this Club World Cup so far. Drawing Madrid and winning against I forget their fourth team, and they drew Salzburg as well. But they've had a decent performance. But come on, it's Man City, probably the best performing team of the Club World Cup. I'm going with City. If you saw my first prediction, you know how much I'm backing City for this tournament. So I do think City have this one in the bag. PSG versus Miami. I mean, could he do it? Could Messi do it? Could he beat his former club? I just don't think so. I think my Inter Miami have done well. I think they've gone as far as I probably predicted them to. I think the round of 16 is their limit, unless they were playing someone a bit weaker in the round of 16. But going up against PSG, the reigning European champs, I don't think Inter Miami have enough. I will be rooting for Inter Miami in this matchup, but I see PSG going through. Now we have Flamengo versus Bayern. So, of course, I want Bayern to go through. Do I think they can go through? I'm not sure. I do believe they will, but I don't think we should underestimate Flamengo. We did see them play very well in their group stage games. They did beat Chelsea, even though it was with a red card, but they still played very well throughout that game. And yes, the red card was a deciding factor, but I think they're definitely stronger than most people are letting on. However, with that being said, I will be backing Bayern. We're gonna have Musiala back. We're gonna have our team fully fit, maybe bar Kim and Jay. But if we put out the right 11, I have no doubt we'll win this game. Now, putting out the right 11, company, that's on you now. Because I know the 11 I would go for. I'm not sure if you'll go for the same or not. But anyways, we move here to Dortmund versus Monterrey, and honestly, I think this might be a shock, but I don't see Dortmund progressing from here. I really haven't been convinced of Dortmund's performances, and no, this is not just because I'm a Bayern fan. I'm not being biased here, but I do think Dortmund will just, I don't know, their performances haven't been the greatest for me. Yes, they might win this game. Maybe they'll go through, but I have a sneaky feeling that Monterrey might get this done. Finally, Madrid versus Juventus. Juventus have been fairly decent in this competition, I would say. Barring that Man City game, I think they set up totally wrong. The rotation was too much. They didn't have Colomwani, they didn't have Yildiz, they didn't have Cambiaso. They decided to rotate so many different players that game. Don't know why. Also, their tactics weren't the greatest. They set up on a man-to-man press against City, and City was just exploiting that open space very, very easily. But that being said, I still do think Madrid will go through here. We've seen Madrid slowly sort of come to their own in this tournament. I think their third game was by far their best. We saw Alonso sort of playing the back three system that we've seen him play at Leverkusen. Much better performance from any Madrid compared to their first game. Honestly, one of the best Madrid games tactically in a while. No disrespect to Ancelotti, but I think we're really seeing what this new era Madrid is going to look like, and I think they will take Juventus. Now let's go back to this Chelsea-Benfica game. I think I've made up my mind, and I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for Benfica. I know it seems wrong, but something's just telling me that Benfica is going through, so I'm going to back them. Next, we have Botafogo versus Benfica. I think this is probably the extent of Botafogo's run. Not that they can't win this. I mean, they beat PSG, so they can beat anyone. But I think it's going to be a very cagey match. I think there's going to be a lot of fouls, and it might not be the most entertaining watch, but I think it's going to be a very, very close game. I see it going probably 1-0 to Benfica. Or, yeah, let's do that. Next, we have Inter versus City. We have a rerun of the Champions League final from a couple years ago. I'm sorry, Inter, but Man City's winning this one. Inter, I've said it so many times now. Haven't been convincing enough for me this tournament. I still think they're going to take some time under the new coach to get really into the hang of things. But what we've seen from City, there's no reason to say that they wouldn't be the favorites in this match. I know Inter's defense is still quite strong, and it might still trouble Man City, but I don't think it should be that much of a difficult task for City here. So yeah, I'm gonna have City going through. I just think they're too good. They have been too good. Their signings are too good, and they're going through here. Next, we have PSG versus Bayern. Oh, okay. So, fun fact, Bayern did beat PSG. I know that was a different look PSG, but we technically are undefeated against them this season. But anyways, I know it was a very different PSG team, but I don't know. This is gonna be tough. PSG are obviously much stronger now than they were when we played them back in, I think, October time. And I think this will be, again, a close game. Honestly, Bayern PSG has been happening way too much recently. Like, somehow it feels like we always end up playing PSG, but let's see. It's gonna, again, depend on the lineup if we get that right. PSG have a lot of quality that can hurt us. Barcola, Kavica Kvaratskhelia. We have Dembele, obviously, might be back by then. They have Desiree Doué. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that attack can be stopped with our defense. I think Upamecano will be back, so I'll be quite happy. I mean, he is back, but I think he'll be ready and fully fit by then to be maybe playing 90 minutes, which is a big plus to us. Ta has been fairly decent for us so far, although I was against him, but he's performed decently. So let's see. I don't know if I think our attack will definitely threaten their defense. Not saying their defense is bad, but like Marquinhos and Pacho are excellent players. But I think we'll trouble them. They'll probably trouble us. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna have to give it to PSG. I think. Yeah, I think they're the form team right now. I don't know if our defense will be set up properly to deal with the pace they have and the quality they have, especially in midfield. João Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, feeding those attackers. Yeah, I don't know. I think I have PSG going through, unfortunately, there. Now we have Monterrey versus Madrid. Ramos coming back to play against Madrid. Wow. I mean, if Monterrey beat them with like a Ramos header, that would be insane. But I think this is gonna be Madrid going through here. Yeah, I don't think there's too much I need to say about that one. I think most people would probably predict Madrid to go through there. Um, yeah, let's get to the semifinals. Benfica versus City. Wow, I can't believe I have Benfica in the semifinals. And I swear this is not just because they beat us, so I think they're the greatest team in the world. But yeah, again, I predicted City to win this whole thing at the start. I'm predicting them to make the final now. Um, City just have too much quality. Don't want to reiterate the same points I already have, but yeah, I think City got this. And here, this is going to be a very, very interesting game. I think it's going to be probably one of the games of the tournament if it does happen this way. But this new Madrid team under Alonso versus PSG, I think if you gave me this game, maybe like in November, December time, where Madrid have had time to adjust and incorporate Alonso's tactics, I might have gone Madrid. But just because I think it's a little bit early for this Madrid team, I think they're still figuring things out. And I know they've been looking wonderful recently, but I think when they play someone like PSG, I don't know if they'll be ready for that. They're still not used to the new system, the new signings. So I think it'll take time for them to gel with each other and build that chemistry. But for that reason, I'm gonna have PSG go through. And City versus PSG final. Wow, what have we come to? The oil clubs have really taken over. But I think I'm not sure if this is the same final I had in my prediction way, way, way earlier before the Club World Cup started. But I know I had City in the final and I had City winning it, and I'm still gonna back City to win it. From what I've seen in the group stage, if anything, I'll back City to win it even more now because they've honestly looked better than I expected. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have City win the tournament over PSG in the final. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Leave your winner in the comments below. Let me know if I made any really, really stupid decisions. I'm sure some of you guys are going to be upset about Benfica making the semis. Hey man, just what my gut said. But yeah, let me know if you think I've been really wrong anywhere or who you have winning. Please like the video, share, subscribe. And yeah, till next time, I'll try to do a video maybe reacting to some of these big games in the round of 16 if I have time. Otherwise, maybe I'll just do a roundup at the end of the round of 16. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys till next time.